Well, here we are, the end of a 48-hour sprint. Glad that you've made it with us this far. So this is going to be our final panel discussion today. Before I kick off, we're going to welcome, this one's a little bit unique. We've got a sponsor for this event who is also part of the panel. And as a result, it's going to feel a little bit like a long commercial, and I'm going to do my best to add some color to that, but you'll see, I think this is going to work. And I think that this topic is one that we've seen woven through as a thread through all the previous sessions. So bear with us. I think you're going to still get value out of this. I'm looking forward to it a lot. So to introduce our sponsor today, I'm going to have Josh Burt, who's the National Sales Manager from Dish Fiber, come on up, and he's got a little kind of introduction to the company, to the product, to the value prop, and then we'll come down and sit at the table and talk about it a little bit more. So, Josh.
All right, thanks, Brandon. To kick things off today, I'll just jump right into it because we have the panel coming after. But wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about Dish Fiber and walking you through it. Trying to make it a little interesting, so I got a couple cool videos to share with you. But at the highest level, Dish Fiber has the value prop of increasing revenue for multifamily properties and giving the residents an amazing experience above and beyond what they're probably currently experiencing. So we'll dive into one of the videos. All right, there's a pretty good bass in the system in here. I like it. All right, so you just got a high-level overview. I'll streamline through this, but what is Dish Fiber? It's premium gig-enabled managed Wi-Fi. It's live streaming TV and the ability for residents in multifamily to do no-hassle upgrades. So somebody who's interested in a more traditional TV experience can have it, but it's optional. We get into the premium gig-enabled Wi-Fi. So this is broadband speed managed Wi-Fi throughout an entire property. So it includes common areas. It's accessible for all the residents in their homes. It also can go in a gym. We can go outside to a pool. Any area that really needs to be covered, we can cover it within a multifamily community. And this Wi-Fi is on a secure personal network, which is a really important part in today's world, especially with people working from home, that they have that level of security built in to their internet that protects them when they're accessing their corporate networks. It's live streaming TV, so there's the ability to customize packages for entire communities, so they can choose up to 72 channels, which includes local channels and premium entertainment channels. This can be accessed anywhere on the property through a browser, or there's even the opportunity to access it with apps. Today we're already on Amazon Fire. We've been waiting for Roku for a really long time, and I would say we're on the 1 yard line with that one, so stay tuned. and the resident can have that experience where their TV follows them anywhere on the property. And for upgrades, there's still a lot of people out there that want the traditional TV experience, especially if they have it now and they're going to be changing. That's available, so the resident can simply get a set-top box from us, plug it in, and then they can have that, what we call 10-foot experience, where they're sitting on the couch, they're watching on their large screen TV, and they have that remote that a lot of people really like in today's world still. We have built-in Google voice search and the ability to upgrade packages. So if someone says, I want to add a bunch of premium content, I want Showtime, I want HBO, I want something of that nature, they can just go in and order it directly from Dish, and they can get it at no contract, no credit check. And then let's talk about what's important for the property owners. So the number one thing I think we all know when someone's making an investment is, what is the return on that investment and how do I make money at it? So I have a video displaying some samples of what the financials look like. So when I'm meeting with clients and they're saying, show me the money, I think that's what that video is all about. It gives a pretty good example side by side. Obviously, those are estimates based on different types of buildings and costs, but I think it paints a pretty good picture of the revenue opportunity and how it can positively impact NOI. And then the other thing that's really important, and I think is kind of a theme that we've seen throughout this conference, is smart communities and what that means and what the current trends are and what people are looking to do and the types of devices that they want to hook up in their communities. Well, having a managed Wi-Fi property-wide system in your MDU is the backbone of smart communities. If you want to hook up multiple devices and have them all function and make sure they're reliable and they work, so they're being monitored on the back end, so if the network is down, that it gets fixed and puts your device back online. Managed Wi-Fi is critical for that space. And it's great for the building as far as a selling tool for residents. It's the opportunity to increase the revenue. It's an attraction to a resident that, hey, we have a system that is going to support all your smart devices, or if you're going to add them as an amenity. And overall, it's going to decrease costs for your staff as far as working and managing everything required with those smart devices, because they'll all be connected on one network. When we install a Dish fiber into a community, we can actually create a network just for IoT or for smart devices that they will all run off and be monitored. And so I think three of the main tenets to talk about are consistency. So people have the same experience wherever they travel throughout the building. They're going to have an easy solution. It's reliable, and that comes into the managed side of it. So it's pinged every 30 seconds by a network operations center and can be healed in the background without people even knowing that there's any sort of issues. Bandwidth can be shifted during different times of the day, so they can always have that consistent, reliable network. And then also the flexibility, all the different ways we can install it, the different parts of a building that we can send it to, and the ability to turn it on and off simply for the property management. And then a little background on Dish for anyone who isn't familiar with Dish. Dish is a Fortune 250 company, very well known for satellite television, but over the last 10 to 15 years has been in a transformation into a connectivity company. So currently, there's a national footprint, so it's everywhere in the United States, over 10 million subscribers. We have our own technician force, so there's over 8,000 technicians with offices around the country. So we do all our installations with W-2 employees and not subcontractors. You look at some of the big partnerships we have. On the screen there, we have Amazon, Google, Samsung. We have direct partnerships with all of them. We actually do fulfillment for them on smart home installation and single family right now. We do service for Samsung. And then also the big one that I think a lot of people are talking about is Dish is the 4th wireless carrier in the United States. So currently, Dish covers over 20% of the US with a native O-RAN 5G network. And by the end of June of next year, we'll be over 70% of the United States will be covered. So as you can see, it's diversified from a satellite company. There's a lot of different brands that are listed here. And I think big news for Dish last week was for the 5th year in a row, Dish won the J.D. Power Award for #1 in customer satisfaction. It's the first time that's ever been done in the category. So that's something that we really hang our hat on and take very seriously. And then from a business perspective, something to point out is we have over 2 million units covered in the multifamily space with Dish Television today. And that wraps it up. Thank you.